Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. Amidst the noise and fanfare of the occasion, a crucial moment now to concentrate.
An encouraging grid position as they sit in P8. Lots to build on during the race if they manage it well.
So we've got Imrahil in 8th. I believe Captain Red Dog's on pole. Grin is in 2nd place.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
How are we doing off the lines? We're here at Imola. Grin lining up Captain Red Dog. And he doesn't quite do it. Vermilion in the Haas. Lining up Lewis D. Back in the pack here. Everyone goes around as hairpins, we climb the hill until we find, I think Jimbo Django's lost place. Floyd Freak say Neo's gone wide here. As Peter Crisp looks like he's lining him up for a pass. Everything's looking very close at the back here. Mini and Floyd Freak. Emil failed an overtake. Aaron calming him down. Drummy looking like he's lining up Dark Sideby as Captain Red Dog's put a 2.5 seconds on the field in the first lap, which is insane. DRS is now enabled. Can Drummy make this pass into the first corner? Now, as we saw kind of in the first race, Drummy just struggles a little bit with overtaking compared to some of his rivals. Meanwhile, Vermilion right on the gearbox of Lewis D. Can he shape up the pass here? He's got Imrahil right behind him. Imrahil's on there deploy as well. Might just calm him down whilst he's in these wheel tracks. His tyres are overheating as well. Lewis D's made a gap somewhere there. I wasn't paying attention. I was in the menus, so now Vermilion's got a lot of pressure coming from Imrahil. Kutufa would turn of the star right behind them as well. Meanwhile, Grin is already closed up on Captain Red Dog, so maybe Red Dog's gotten in too hot on his first lap. And now Grin, our championship leader, is sizing him up, and it looks like he's already made the pass work into that first. Before we've even got to the first corner, that's crazy. I don't know if Red Dog can come back at him. Looks like no. And that lead is already kind of going there. Meanwhile, Drummy was looking close. Kutu's looking very close to Imrahil. And yeah, Peter Crisp is also looking like he's trying to get ahead of Neo Corte, or at least close the gap. But there is a queue of cars ahead. And again, that's the it's now the Imrahil train. So these guys are getting spaced out a little bit. I mean, we have tried to calm down his pace a little. I need his tyre. Oh my god, these tyres are going to last. Oh, these aren't going to last either. It's supposed to be a one-stop race. Captain Red Dog's closed off now on Grin. So maybe Grin a little aggressive on lap 2. Both of these guys on the medium tyres. Let's see what he can do then. As he comes into the DRS, he's gone wide. And that pass looks like it's done.
Take a look at the replay. Here we are now, down at turn 17. They decide to give it a go.
Mercedes making that look relatively easy, to be fair.
That takes them to 7th place.
Again, on the mediums versus Imrail's hards, trying to look after these hards. Actually, let's put you in last time. Let's put you in clean air. I want to just see if we can cool these tyres. I wanted to just say, I don't know what false is and what's in. Let's drive you in clean air so I can just look after these tyres. It's supposed to be a one stop. Now we didn't see it, but the Haas seems to have got round Falsey. That's a DRS pass on the main straight. DRS looking like it's super effective here. And there goes Grandmaster J. Meanwhile, the lead has been passed over again between these two sister teams. Grin now looking like he wants to get ahead. Grin winning this race would be probably off the championship by race 3, which would be pretty disappointing from my point of view, but Drummy's now on the back of him. So Drummy now getting into the mix here. I'm only lap 4. I've not even put this at 2 times speed yet because enough's going on, so let's just speed it up. And now it's like Grin's more likely to be making the pass. And yeah, DRS effect looking really powerful here. Allowing the cars to close up, so if you want to go on the attack you can do so. Peter Crisp gets Imrahill, let's check that.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. There's the opening.
It's the Alpine getting ahead on the straight. That looks like it was for 10th place. Now Lewis all over the back of this Haas. Vermilion there in DRS the one ahead. Ball's now got ahead of Falsey at the back. Well, other championship contender, and as is Falsey, so these guys outside the points. Second and third in the championship. Respectfully. Ball just needs to keep making progress. So let's have a quick look at the tyres. It is mediums all round, hards only on Neocortex and Imrahill, 13th and 11th respectively. So what are they going to do? Field spread about 13 seconds. It is a long DRS here. As Lewis D tries to go around the outside. He's now got himself on the inside, but tucks back behind. Vermilion doing enough in his Haas. Devlin's now got Imrahill. Imrahill's going backwards. I'm going to have to push him a bit harder. But I can't see the rest of the field achieving. Oh, he's sort of boxed behind the Alpine, and that allows Devlin through. Peter Crisp sort of helping out there, but now he's going to be under pressure, so let's keep an eye on that. Peter Crisp and Cheeky. All these tyres have cooled. Okay. Put some regular. Oh, and these have come down. Let's do that. Yeah, if you want to run a one stop, you sort of need your tyres at 84, 85. So Grin might be able to, but you've got to be concerned that Red Dog can't. But he's had to use some tyre power to take the lead back here. As Robbo gets in real, I'm getting mugged off here.
Here we see them at Varianti Bassa. The opportunity's there.
I guess he's on the hards. He'll come back to us. He'll come back to us at the end of the race. I need Aaron to keep Imrahill nice and calm for me. Because his confidence is still high, we're still good. As Grandmaster J gets ahead of Neo, I can see on the timing list. You might see that at the same time as. Is this one? I didn't catch that. So Red Dog's set the fastest lap there, trying to break that DRS toe, which he has done, but it's really difficult to maintain that. I need to deploy it. Let's see what else is up to. Also, let's give you a bit of deploy. Let's just use some of that and Hill, where are you? I'm just going to let you use a bit of fuel. Let's use a bit of that fuel. So Fault is... Oh, he's pushed Neo wide there. That's a bit cheeky. Is that going to let the Aston Martin through behind as well? Or now looking at Neo. Looks like he's going to make this pass as well. Victor Mildew's also looking at Neo. Neo just getting swamped now. No, he's falling behind. Neo's now looking if he can get back at ball. As we ride along. Neo's going to try and go to the inside into the final corner. He's done it. I don't know who gets DRS in this situation. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like Neo gets the DRS, and so it allows him to kind of pull ahead there. Meanwhile, Falls has got onto the back of Imrahil. Oh, damn. That's a me problem. Yeah, who's on what? You're on the hard, you're on the soft. Alright, well. Don't fight teammate. Thank you very much. I'm going to quickly put Imrahil on a conservative for a minute. And we'll put Falsey on a push. Right, stop looking at my stuff. Go back to the race. Grin, right behind Captain Red Dog now. He's looking after his tyres better. Red Bull, one of the things it's not strong at is tyre preservation, and this is sort of showing now that Grin's able to have saved a significant chunk of his tyre life in his first 11 laps. It's really making a difference. Although having said that, Lewis D is doing pretty decent. As I think he just passed Dark Side B. His tyre life is pretty good, so maybe Captain Red Dog is just... maybe it's a driver issue rather than a car issue. Meanwhile, the hards have shuffled down to the back of the pack, and you have to say not doing great in tyre life versus, say, Robbo 72, Lewis D 72.
Here's the replay. Now here we are tackling turn 3. And nearly...
Oh, I see.
wide. And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there, because that...
Has that allowed the Williams fruit? Is that Satriales? Henke, sorry. No, he managed to maintain the position. At least he's on the inside of the corner, so it didn't cost him too much of time. It would have been an uncomfortable ride over the bumps. But the guys are very close in this part of the world. Asenki now tries to go around the outside. Missed a Falsey's DRS. So we're looking at the spread here. You see the top two are quite far away. Vermilion pretty close to Drummy for the final podium position. Neo Cortex has got Imrahil. Can Vermilion do anything about this McLaren? Again, it's quite well documented. Drummy is probably one of the best defenders in the grid. Super difficult to get around him. We'll see. Wow, Vermilion able to do a good job here with the DRS. Make the most of that, and on he goes. Lewis Dew now behind. Grin's in the lead. Can't remember if that's how it was or if that's changed again. Let's pass back. Don't need to check if that'll be a DRS. We've got a yellow flag. And it's gone. Red Dog.
It's the Red Bull driver. And That's where they slightly run off the track. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Right, if I saw that live, I missed it. But, see, we were following Red Dog, but there we go. What's going on? Kutuf is looking pretty close to Cheeky Devlin here. Can he make a pass on the straight? No, because Cheeky's got quite close to Jimbo Django overhead, and the other McLaren is over the back of the other McLaren. And Kutuf's got his hands full with the Ferrari and the Aston Martin behind him. Can Cheeky make a pass here? As he ride on board with the Ferrari. Can he do anything to here? It's sort of has a half look. Might be a little bit cheeky for Jimbo Django with how he's positioned his car there. To make it difficult. See if he could slow down this DRS push, and he seems to have achieved it. He's left just enough space to kind of be legal. But yeah, it's allowed the McLaren to stay ahead. Meanwhile, we've got Ball overtaking Imola.
It's there for the taking.
Looks like inside on the DRS. Looks like Imola went defensive and just kind of just opened the door. And Ball says thank you very much.
And that sees them move to
15th place then. On board with Lewis D. Let's see if he can get past Drummy now. Drummy's managing to stay close to Vermillion up front. This pack is 2 seconds behind Captain Red Dog and Grin, but I think Grin's now going to start making that lead. Now that Captain Red Dog's tyres have will be going off. Kind of tyre lives. We're on track. Oh my god, you're still on bleed. I really don't do a good job of managing Falsey. This is why Shy Guy gets angry at Falsey's performances. So this is where the racing's probably collectively the closest. And this all starts with well, it was starting with Jimbo Django up front, but now it's GRcade. But GRcade must have made his way through this pile, because I'm sure Cheeky was following Jimbo not a few moments ago. Jimbo's now set the fastest lap. Cheeky's now looking to see what he can do. Does a switchback, and the Ferrari's made its way up into 7th. But yeah, this is the chasing pack here. You then got to fall back to Peter Chrisman over 5 seconds down the road, and then you've got Falsey with Ball right behind him. These guys outside the points, potentially binding their time for later in the race. As we're on lap 18. Meanwhile, Imrahil's behind, I think being overtaken by Jam Master J. Imrahil's going around the outside there, and I think he's made that work. I've still got these guys on in the cool air, they don't need to do that anymore. Because we've got the tyre temps down. Oh, then I line of stern again. Oh my god, that's not what I want. Cool off on those tyres. And a little bit of deploy. So are we getting to the point where the tyre life is switching back and now Imrahil's in a better place than Falsey? Potentially. Pit stops are going to start happening soon. Oh, that might have been nice here. Falsey overtakes Ball and then leaves enough of a gap here for Imrahil to also come through. The Aston Martin driver's not going to be happy with that. We saw those live, we don't need to go to the replays. So yeah, meanwhile I've got Falsey trying to make that gap, although I might flip back to neutral. He's made it. And then I'll give Imrahil a little bit more tyre to defend here, but Ball, I suspect, is going to try and get the place back here. Imrahil making himself an immovable object. Ball trying just to squeeze on the inside. Can he make it side by side? It's 4 corners of him side by side now. and Bull finally makes the pass up the hill. Imola, though, not letting him get away with that and is sticking in his wheel tracks and seeing what he can do. He's trying to go up the inside there. We come into the final corner. DRS, now I'm going to take it back, and this is just allowing Falsey to get away. And Boar's now looking back at them. These guys might be racing, I was going to say all race, but actually the tyre differential probably meaning they'll be in different places in a few laps' time. Right, I think we've seen Return of the Star just get past Dark Side B. Ferrari 7th and 8th. Meanwhile, Vermillion's looking at seeing what he can do with Captain Red Dog. He's got both Drummy and Lewis D behind him as well. So everyone is now behind Captain Red Dog. These tyres have gone off and playing into Grin's hands yet again as he creates a significant gap, as you can see on the minimap. Captain Red Dog will be better off coming into the pits shortly, I would suspect, and seeing if he can do something with some fresh rubber. He decides to go round again. Can he hold off? He just makes himself immovable. But Vermillion's through. And it's Drummy and Lewis. Well, Lewis looks like he's not waiting for Drummy to make the pass. He's looking like he wants to get ahead himself. Mini ease of this one into the pits in the Alpine. You see it makes a massive difference to your track position. Having done that, he's gone onto the hards. But those pitting now are going to struggle to get to the end of this race without a safety car. Now, safety car chance here was 100%, which, you know, is effectively a certainty. It was 75% in the last race, and I don't recall there being a safety car, so let's see what happens there. Grin now a 5-second lead, close enough to 6 seconds. The car squabbling behind him, that just lets him get away. This man is a metronome, super consistent, and I can't see anyone challenging him for the championship, unfortunately, which is disappointing to say. Looks like a decent stop from the Red Bull pit crew. Red Dog's going to come back out behind everybody else, so into some clean air, so he can make some room up now. But I think that's going to be a tough ask of those tyres to the end of the race, given that early pit stop. But we shall see. Saw sparks come off the Alpine there, Peter Crisp, as he's chasing down Falsey. Let's see where else we've got. Drummy's got back past Vermillion. Was Vermillion Koima? No, I can't remember that. I thought Vermillion got past Red Dog first, but yeah, Drummy's now got back past. I suspect this is going to be Drummy dives into the pits, making the most of his track position. He is looking to get out ahead of Red Dog. Ignore. Yeah, right. Blast it, deploy it, pit, confirm. Here we've got a clear track. Let's push. And now give you some difficulty. Sorry, I was supposed to be watching Drummy 2.5 seconds behind Captain Red Dog. He's now got himself into traffic. Plays into Grin's hands as he tries to go upside the inside of Floyd Freak. You'd expect his traction would be better given his brand new tyres, but apparently not. Those mediums still giving good traction even at the end of their life. He's now still 1 speed, that's why he's going slow. Goes around the outside. Let's see where he comes out. Does anyone get out in front of him? No, looks like Captain Red Dog still stays up front. He's capped to leaders 28 seconds. Ah, falsy, no! Didn't look bad to me. Oh, I've got him still on the super massive attack, haven't I? You can push from these tyres on until they get warm. Imola got ahead of Pete Crisp.
As they slow for Variante Alta, the gap opens up for them.
Slows for who? Ah, that's the name of the corner. So Grin's finally come in. Imrahil's now in the lead, but only by 5 seconds, given that Grin's come in. Captain Red Dog's managed to close that gap, but it's taken 10% more tyre to do so. So I have a... Oh, there's... I haven't even looked at these menus. Right. Imrahil, you're going to defend like a dog because I need you to basically save the championship for everybody else. Sorry, Grin. If Grin happens to catch at those, okay, 2.5 seconds, then yeah, he will. These ties up to 10th. Right, let's see intervals. Turn of the Dog, Jimbo Django, Neo Cortex up front. Turn of the Star makes the overtake. Neo on really old tyres. He's got to be coming in this lap, surely. He's gone round again. Got a yellow flag. Yellow flags always scare me.
There's a yellow flag now.
It was Robbo.
Things were all right here. That's it. That's the spin. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
That's really unlucky. Does he go into the pits? Does he continue on?
Glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
It's sad times for the Aston Martin team there. Robbo's on new tyres, so yeah, he stayed out. He managed to retain the position. Ah, Grin got Imrahil. That's really annoying. Having to always defend. Clinical. Clinical. So at the halfway mark, Imrahil just trying to eke out the life in these tyres so I can put him on some mediums. I haven't had the safety car. A safety car would be great for Imrahil right now, to be honest. I might just stop. No, we'll save the pushing until we're later in the race. Captain Red Dog got round, we saw that on screen. We are now the only team to not have pitted as Neo comes into the pits and he comes back out dead last. So we've sort of got a decent idea on the running order. Return of the Star looking to see what he can do to overtake this Red Bull for 5th. The other Ferrari is behind Darkside B. This would be for a net, well, for 8th, net 7th when Imra comes in. Vermilion's behind as well. He's looking to see what he can do in this situation. See if he can also climb up to 9th, net 8th. Meanwhile, our other contenders for the championship currently, Falsey 12th, Boar in 16th, with Mildew and Jam Master J between them. We seem to have a mechanical fault here for the other RB. I can't see it. Where in? I can't hear it. Let's listen to the engine noise, see if I could hear anything. The only thing I could hear was the car hitting the track as the switches positions with Cheeky. Imri, right, Imri, let's take it off always defend. I only just do that anyway. That's neutral. Yes, let return. Let him through. He's slowing us down now. Yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to make another lap. I need you to come in. I think I need to come in this lap. Oh, I've got another brand new set of medium. Oh, maybe I should have done. Wow, there's a safety car, I'll just go to another set of mediums. So Emery will be in this lap. Drummy's now up to 2nd. Now Drummy, no, he's not much better than Grin. Again, when 2nd and 3rd squabble first gets away, Captain Red Dog takes the position back, but one of these guys needs to start making some moves. Imri over 2.4 second stop, that's a fast stop. Imri back out into 21st and he's got a lot of ground to make up. Tyres need warming up, so let's just put some push on that. Fastest lap for Captain Red Dog. He's made a tidy gap on Drummy there. So he puts these fast laps in. That's over a second a lap faster than the rest of the field on that last lap. He absolutely wanted to break free. Maybe Grin hasn't walked this quite yet. And put enough pressure on Grin in his tyre life. Potentially something we can do there. Vermilion shaping up Devlin. Goes to the inside and to the outside and to the inside again. And he's made that pass a stick for the Haas. And further down, Kutoof in the Mercedes. Looking at dark side. Now I've thought about this between the races. Is it dark side B, as I've been saying, or dark side by 182, which I'm guessing therefore is his song track. I'm not clever enough to know that. So maybe I've been saying his name wrong in the last 2 races. I'm sure I've already been rinsed for that in the forum. Dark side holding off Kutoof, but not for long. DRS pass there. Dark side with the mechanical issue, which doesn't seem to be slowing him down that much. He's not able to stick with Kutuf though. What else have we got going on? Well, as Return of the Star sets the fastest lap of the race, 16.2, that is fast. Lewis gets around Drummy. Drummy's pace has just dropped all of a sudden. Drummy takes the inside back, so he's not totally gifted that to Lewis. Lewis managing to hold on to it, but then we'll get to the back straight in a second. And we'll see what happens there as we ride along with Drumstick. Coming out of the final corner, his DRS will activate. Moves to what will come the inside for the first corner. And he looks like he's made that pass. Oh! And Return of the Star, the optimist, makes the most of that and says, "Thank you very much. You've left the door open there, Lewis. And I'm coming for you now, Drummy." Just demonstrating why Ferrari put their faith in this driver. Meanwhile, Imrahil's recovery begins now.
Turn 1. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Nice forward DRS pass. Alpine not performing really well at this race, with Mini E in 21 and Peter Crisp in 17th. I've just got to keep an eye on Imrahil's pace, because he'll destroy these tyres if I don't watch him. So we're currently following this battle for third place, the final podium position. Drummy's managed to get this gap up to 1 second. That'll keep the Ferrari out of DRS. And that might just be enough to hold on. These guys are spreading out now. Falsey up into the final points position, dark side, falling back. We just caught the end of that, so let's see it on replay. It's going to be a DRS pass on this finish. Straight. And there we go. Pass done. Meanwhile, we're on board with Robbo. We can see Henke and Jam Master J battling out in front. Henke currently holding off. How are we doing tyre life? Everyone's kind of in the 60s. Grin looking pretty strong, 68. Falsey 72. I still think he's... Well, I've got a little bit of leeway in Falsey's tyre life. I might need to push him a bit more at some point. And then Imrahil back here on 78 in those mediums. I don't see how Neo's going to get to the end on those. But people are banking on a safety car, potentially stopping their tyres, absolutely dropping off the cliff. And you kind of just need to be there or thereabouts at the end of this race, which means this one's not over yet. Henke a little bit of breathing room ahead of us here. We'll jump onto the Haas. Yeah, Henke's getting onto the back of Victor, which might mean that he hasn't got DRS yet. We've got a yellow flag. Imrahil taking Peter Crisp here. I was wondering if this is where the yellow flag was. Got no indication of what caused the yellow flag. Meanwhile, Imrahil looking at Satriales. Oh my god, I've been pushing his fuel a bit too much, and I'm going to have to recover that by the end of the race. Hopefully he can do that naturally, but Imrahil was a high fuel user. We just have to put a bit more in his car than I do for Falsey. Falsey much more efficiently able to get around the track. So DRS pass. He hasn't quite finished it though. We've got there, and Peter Crisp's now seeing if he can get past the Williams. As the Williams hasn't given up, he's got to be careful though. If he fights too hard, he can leave himself open for Peter Crisp to come through. The Sauber's running at the back, not showing the form they had, or in Australia, maybe that's their development speed. Meanwhile, Ferrari's now got onto the back of Drummy. Turn the start, still our fastest lap holder. If he holds it to the end of the race, he'll actually get the extra point, because that is turned on, so no one's done it yet. It's usually someone at the back of the grid. He's very close here. You gotta expect this is going to happen as we get to the start finish. There's no such thing as an easy pass on Drummy though. As you can see, he's not quite there. He's gone. He's staying close. Can he do something at the hairpin? He has a look, but he can't quite make it happen. Oh, Lewis D with another mechanical fault.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
I can't see what that is. The game has a very good trick where it tells you that all your settings are on high, but the lowest setting you can put anything is on medium. So really, I'm not on high detail, so maybe I can't see everything. Drummy just really hard first over. Even now, he's coming back. He just slaps a bit of extra engine or ERS and just manages to hold Star behind him. That's brought his teammate Jimbo Django now up to the back, which really puts Return of the Star in a difficult position. And Drummy, one of the great defensive drivers on the grid, and just proving out again. We're right on board with. As I said, Lewis is not far behind this group. That one looks like it's complete, but I've learned not to kind of call this one too soon, and the guys have just driven away. Right, Lewis D on the back here. Sparks flying as Drummy. I see if Drummy's going to. You can't imagine Drummy's coming back here on the start finish. Here he goes. DRS is deployed. Oh, and he's in. And Return of the Star's got all that work to do again. And yeah, I mean, they're fighting for a podium position. This is all major, and you know, they're fighting for those Constructors' Championship points. Constructors is still relatively open. That's where the prize money is. So yeah, let's see what they're doing there. Meanwhile, Darkside down to 12th. His teammates in first. Okay, Darkside is carrying a mechanical issue, but he'll be disappointed that his race has gone like that. Mildew getting round him on the start finish there. He's up into 12th. How is tyre life as we go into the final 10 laps again? Race sort of gets away from you. Tyre life wise, well, Lewis D's looking okay in 6th, a little bit of wiggle. I'd say that's probably the marker that you want to be at for the end of the race. Falsey's got a little bit more, but I can see he's tracking to have a bit more than the competition at the end of the race. His mediums are getting burnt. Imreal is in traffic. Driving cleaner. Just cool these tyres down. So going back to the tyre chat. Falls is looking decent in 10th. He's got onto the back of Cheeky Devlin in the second Ferrari. Bohr as well in 13th. So our championship contenders are going to look to climb late on, hopefully, if they can do something. Not necessarily with their tyre advantage, it's more a case of everyone else's tyres kind of going off. It only takes one safety car and then this all gets neutralised. But there is also an argument to say you've got to start making your hay now. Hill up to 16th. Dark side now down to 17th. We've missed it, but this is dark side of a problem. You're just falling down the order.
Can they squeeze by?
I mean, that's a DRS on the start finish. Into turn 1. Return is currently ahead of Drumstick as we follow to see if there's another overtake into turn 1. It looks like it's. Yeah. This is a case of Drummy's high aggression. And by the way, I may have been disparaging on Drummy's ability to overtake in an earlier race. I think he's showing now that he actually does have what it takes to overtake when need be and hold a position. He's an absolute combative racer. And giving the Ferrari garage a massive headache because they would believe they had the pace. I mean, it's probably too far now, but they probably believe they had the pace to catch up and get second. And Drummy has just been an absolute roadblock for them, which is, you know, what the McLaren team would be expecting him to do. As Cheeky's got ahead of Kutuf, I'm really annoyed I missed that because I was about to click there. Looking, Fault is on the back of this, so now I'm a bit more. Dark side. It's just his problems got worse.
Yeah, right here, it certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
I mean, he's been sticking with Imrahil, but yeah, Imrahil just blast away now. Get away from him. And Falsey, I need you to do something here. So let's just deploy. God, make some ground. So can he get around the Mercedes? Mercedes is looking at the Ferrari. So this is maybe where the safety car comes and I've caused it. But that's one for the GRcade racing car. And can he also get the Ferrari into this head? I think that was no, it's off the hill. No, he can't. I've only got so much deploy I can give you. But I probably don't need to give you it now. You should be able to do this in standard mode. Go on, Falsey. I need this one. You need this one. Shy Guy will be commenting and saying you should have been even higher wherever you finish. And there we go, right. He's got Devlin. We're going to blast and see if we can catch Vermillion up ahead whilst we've still got tyre advantage. Imrahil, meanwhile, up to the back of this queue, led by Mildew in the Mercedes. Well, take that away. Lots of. Actually, don't do that because that's when this will run out and I'll forget. Just go to top up for a second. Back to Imrahil. So I was watching. Mildew. He's got Henke all over the back of him. The two Aston Martins squabbling as well. With Imrahil behind them and Jam Master J in the Haas at the back of this queue. These guys are pretty much all fighting over 11th though, unless there's a crash in front. There's 3 laps left. Imrahil's, it happened on the screen but I didn't see it, but Imrahil got ball, which is great. But I don't see these guys getting anywhere past 11th, 3 laps to go.
We're looking at turn 11. Very heavy on the brakes.
Ooh,
By that point,
into the gravel.
too late.
And that puts him last, I think. 3 laps. Right, well, there's no point doing that anymore. I think it's time to. Yeah, right. You use it now or you don't use it. Right, Falsey, it's go time. What's happened here? What's a return to the start racing with Drummy? I'm sure he was. Let's just speed this back up. Turn the star down to 6. We've got a McLaren 3-4. As Return the Star now comes back. This is a side-by-side again. Ball's got Emery Hill. We'll check that. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Turn 17. It's certainly inviting.
That's from nowhere. What's happened to Emery Hill? Deploy. That's my fault. Alright, fine. Star got ahead of Lewis into that corner, got away from it. Everyone's managed to just get their tyres to about 30%, so I was wrong. My strategy team telling me that this race would be a little bit tougher than it was for everybody. That wasn't the case. Falsey has got past Vermilion. That puts him into 7th. It's not a bad result, I don't think. But Grin, absolutely imperious yet again. What can we say? 11 seconds on the field. Meanwhile, the last major battle here is for, I was going to say for 4th. Could argue Lewis has got a better chance of coming back and taking 5th. The other major battle I think is going to be with Mildew and Robbo, 11th and 12th. We'll cut to that. To these guys come to line, let's just 2 times it. Can return, do anything here at the end. I think it's going to be too late. The RS I don't think activates early enough. They finish in position. Mildew's going to do the same. Henke probably stay 14th. And yeah, here's the battle. Imrahil just got J to the line, a 10th between him. Oh! Have I literally got falsely over the line with literally no fuel? Maybe the team haven't been informed. I'm guessing they've told him to stop and make sure there's a fuel sample for the end scrutineering. But yeah, I cut that fine given he had a decent lead to the rest of the field.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
I didn't catch it. I'm sure you guys did. Grin also seems to have got faster slap with a 1:15.9, just under the 1:16. So an extra point there for Grin, just to put an extra stranglehold on the championship. Red Dog will be disappointed with his pole start to only come in 2nd. But great recovery drive from Jimbo Django. Again, I didn't catch that, but he's got ahead of Drummy at the end. I thought Drummy was leading McLaren for most of that, so Drummy might be a bit upset that he only finished in 4th. Return the Star, you know, a great drive to get extra 5 places, but he would have felt that he should have been on the podium today. Lewis D, similar if it wasn't for his slight mechanical issue. Falsey with a great recovery, 8 places after a pretty poor qualifying simulated, so I can't remember what happened, but he was out in Q2. Vermilion down 2 places, Devlin up 5 as well, and Ferrari. Ferrari need to qualify better from the looks of it, and 1 point for the Mercedes, having a trying season, it must be said. Looking further down, yeah, Imrahil, a big collapse, but from my point of view, he seemed to be doing decent, so I guess it was just the one stop was a bad strategy for him in the end, I guess. Meanwhile, at the very bottom, difficult days as well for Neocortex, Peter Crisp, and Darkside by 182. Really struggling there with a mechanical gremlin that was getting worse and worse throughout the day. So let's see the drivers. Unsurprisingly, Grin leading the championship with effectively twice as many points as everybody else. So much more interesting if we look at who's going to go second. Red Dog doing great there, now second in the championship, climbing 3 places, 37 points. Boar not scoring, remains on 33. Drummy manages to leapfrog over Falsey, or the same number of points, but it's on countback, 28 points apiece. Darkside with 20 points. Jimbo Django, we're really happy with that. Was that a podium? Jimbo Django with the podium, didn't call that out at the time, but very good result for Jimbo Django. He's up to 7th. With Return to the Start climbing 6 points with his first points of the season. Further down the league table, Lewis D equally first points of the season. Devlin getting the 2 points, Vermillion with the 4. He's off the mark, as is Kutuf with the 1. So if we look at the constructors, I said it was closer. I mean, again, RV twice as many points as everybody else. So, but that's still catchable. But it's going to be hard if, it's going to be hard if Grin is basically single-handedly winning this championship because he has 76 points. Red Bull and McLaren, neck and neck here. Aston Martin not scoring today is a real shame for them. GRcade Racing need to be scoring higher if they want to get into that second place position. Ferrari with a nice haul of points allows them to keep climbing up and getting to where they expect to be. Mercedes will be disappointed with the 1 point. Haas possibly equally the 4 points. And we've still got the Kick Sauber and the Alpines yet to score. They definitely need some development parts coming in. Right, that was it. Imola Grand Prix. I'll see you guys again on Thursday when we have the next race, which I think is Austria. My memory is really bad, so it might be a different race, but I'm pretty sure we're going to Austria next. Right, thanks for watching.